Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today what we're working on is a DIY fish structure for your pond or lake, for your honey hole, whatever. So give you a few. We're going to build out of a 5-gallon Lowe's bucket with a lid. We've got some polytubing, 50-foot roll polytubing. This is 1/2 inch, and we got one piece of PVC pipe. I had this in the shed, so we're going to use it. This is 1.25 inch PVC pipe. So stay tuned as we're going to bring you the steps of how to build this DIY fish structure.
Audio Jungle.
So we're going to start by drilling a couple holes in the PVC, okay? Because what we're going to do, we're going to connect that polytubing through here to make a kind of a tree type deal. So we're using a 7/8. Well, actually that's 7/8. So what we're going to do, we're just going to there's the hole right there. So what we're going to do is take this polytubing, here, we'll get it open. I'm making a mess here in my office with this stuff. I will be doing this stuff outside today, but it's raining. So cut this polytubing, get these bands off of here. So what I figured is probably about a 2-foot piece. Probably about a 2-foot piece. So you're going to drill another hole on this side of the PVC pipe so you can run this all the way through. So we're just going to kind of eyeball it here. Don't have to be perfect. Just so we can shut this polytubing right through here and right to the other side. Just like that. You can actually bend this polytubing a little bit if you need to, but that's the way the top of the tree is going to look. So the next one will be down here and it'll go like this. So let me drill them holes for you and we'll show you what that side looks like. So another hole. So we're going to drill the second hole on the back side here, and this will complete our tree part. Got us another piece of poly tubing here. Another 2-foot piece. I'm just cutting them with a pair of shears. That's pretty easy to cut. Just shoving it through. And just position it upward, just like that. So there's the top of your tree. So that's what the top of your tree looks like. So what'll happen is little microparticles of algae and all that will start growing on this as soon as it stays underwater for some time. But this part will go through our lid into our bucket, and there'll be quickcrete that holds this part in, and it helps weight down the bucket to get to the bottom. So stay tuned for the next part. We're just taking the roll now and just cutting it up into some 2-foot spots to give us enough to have for our bucket. So it's pretty easy to cut. Pretty easy to cut. Alright, one whole roll of that stuff cut up. Alright, so the next part is we're going to drill a center hole here for the PVC pipe to go in, and then we're going to drill a couple of small holes to shove some of that poly tubing in them, kind of fill out the tree right here on the top, and then we're going to drill holes throughout the bucket to kind of give it a more of a shape, so when it hits the bottom they'll have different layers of this stuff. So get you pointed down here and kind of see what I'm doing to the bucket, lid. So we're going to take the drill bit that we had, and we're just going to drill a couple of holes around the bucket lid. Say 4 would be enough. So we're going to change out the drill bit now. And we're going to drill the center hole right here for the PVC pipe, right here in the center. to take the PVC pipe and we're going to shove it right in this hole. So it sits just like that. So when the concrete's down in there, we'll get it set right. Okay. So just like that. I'll show you. Kind of give you a shot of it there. So we're going to take some of the polytubing and we're going to angle it up this way to kind of fill in these gaps right here on the tree. So sorry about all the camera shake and everything today. We're just trying to do this inside. So get all this plastic over here. Might have to get a smaller drill bit. I think I use a 7/8. Might have to go down to a smaller size. We're back. We gotta go get a smaller drill bit. All we're doing is shoving this polytubing. So let's put the smaller drill bit on. We're just drilling 2 more holes on the lid here because the first set of holes was really too big for that polytubing. That'll allow water. Them holes will allow water to fill in the bucket. So kind of squeeze that tubing since you did the smaller hole. So that's the way it's going to look when I get it. We're just going to keep shoving this polytubing all the way around. take you down here and show you the way it's coming. That'll stay up when you get the. So this is what we've done here. So these tree limbs, these tree branches that come out, what we call tree branches, come out. So the lid, the top lid is done. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill a couple holes in the bottom part of the bucket to allow kind of let these tree limbs down here go like this. They'll kind of sit up. When you shove them in the bucket, they'll kind of lean down like that. So stay tuned, and we'll bring you back with a finished product. Alright, here's the next step. Just drilling holes in your bucket. So you just kind of just put them wherever you want. How many tree limbs you're going to have. This will be going into what we call our honey hole. There's really no structure, and it's just old sand pits that's been dug over the years. There's really no like stumps or anything, but we're going to put some these artificial ones in there. We're going to cut down some trees and kind of pile them, just drag them out and pile them up in the middle of the lake. Throw some tubing in here. Throw some tubing in here. Alright, it's coming along. See how the bucket, the top ones are pointing down. These second row ones are going to point up. Point up like that. So it kind of gives it a good shape here. I know this stuff's pretty loud on your ears in the video. So, need another one right here. Short piece right here. There you go. So that's what your bucket looks like right there. Total of
Let me show you my countryside through these old headlights.